Program number 2. So how to write a program to print the size of all primitive data types. The primitive data types are int, float, char and double. Int data type will take 4 bytes and float will take 4 bytes and character will take 1 byte and double will take 8 bytes. But how to verify through the program we are going to see now. So here I am going to create a new file called vi and I am going to name the file as sizevariable.c. And after enter inside the program, as I have told, the first part is about you have to insert the key, press insert key and then document the program by. So here you are going to print the size of variables. So document this, and then the next part is you have to include the header file, and for input output operation you are going to use #include stdio.h. and after this you have to start the main function definition. So main function is defined now, and a set of opening closing phrases. So in between that you are going to write the program. For this program you are going to declare different type of variables. The first variable is int, and I'm just going to name the variable as I_a semicolon, and one more variable, that is that data type is going to be float f_b, and one more variable I'm going to declare, that is of character type. So char c_c, and one more data type of double, and this variable is going to be the_d. For variable naming part you can use the variable name, in between that underscore you can use it, or you can name it with any variable name. Just for the type identification I have named it by this way. You can name it as simply A, B, C, D like that, or otherwise you can name it as a meaningful way of wherever data is required regarding to that aspect you can name it. So this is how you have to declare a variable. So the basic syntax is, first part is data type followed by the variable name, and every data type should be in small case. And you may ask, can I declare all these 4 things in one single line? That is also allowed. But every end of the statement the compiler can break the token and it can able to understand it is the next line of statement. So that is also possible. So here 4 different data types declaration is over. So the next part is about printing. So now what I am going to print, that I am going to mention it in inside the bracket as an argument. So I am going to print the size of I'm going to print the size of integer. Size of integer data type. So when you want to print, you have to mention here which variable it is, the type of which variable you are going to check. So the variable name also you have to mention. Now it is I_a, but you are going to find out size of this variable. So there is a built-in function which is already defined inside this stdio.h header file. The function name is sizeof. So you have to pass this variable as an argument to this function. So argument, now this is the argument, I_ia is called as an argument. The function name is sizeof. So when you give this one, it will just fetch the value of the size of operation will be executed, but the actual value of 4 byte, if you want to print, you have to use the specific notation, the specifier you have to use. For integer value, if you want to print, then you have to use the specifier called %d. Actually, where the value to be printed. For example, after this label you want to print it, means you have to give after this text %d. But this specifier is always supposed to be enclosed in a double quote, but along with the previous text you can do it. And then the next after printing 4 bytes of the integer data type, the next data type, if you want to print, you need to insert some spaces, that is one line. For that you can use the escape sequence called /n. It brings the text to the next line, whatever we are going to type now. So now you are going to check the size of float variable. So for that also %d alone here we are going to use, because it is going to print only 4, right? So you have to use only the type is integer format, and you have to mention size of the variable name. You have to mention it as an argument. The variable name is f_b, and you have to close the function. And the next function is the next printf function is for print the size of you no need to print it in the same way. You can change the, for example, if I want to print double, it is also possible. So I can mention the same data type, then I have to mention the escape sequence for bring the statement to the next line, and I have to mention the size of function. The argument is what is the variable belongs to double, that is d_d, and close the function. And the next line of statement, that is printf in double quote the size of character, right? So the size of character, so that also going to print 1. So %d/n, and double quote you have to enclose, and you have to mention size of bracket c, the variable name, that is c_c, and close the function. That's it. Now press escape :wq exclamatory symbol for save the program, and then come back. Now compile the program, and once you already executed command will be available in your up and down arrow keys, so you can use that for frequent usage of the command. So I'm just going to change the file name. So now there is no error, so it is not showing any error, and directly you can go for executing the output using ./a.out. ./a.out. So now we can able to see here the size of integer data type is 4 bytes, and float is 4 bytes, double is 8 bytes, and character is 1 byte. And every line of statement is bringing down by using /n in your program. So that's why you can able to see here the lines are printed in the next line. So this is how you have to execute the program, and by using size of function to know the size of each and every data primitive. All these data types are called as primitive data type, and so this primitive data type can be except this double, all other 3 data types are called as primitive or the basic data type, and what is their bytes allocations in a particular system.